Just shut off, sorry.
You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I call the regular meeting for the Milliken Board of Trustees for December 13th, 2023 to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Will the town clerk please call roll?
Trustee Beckman? Here. Trustee Dean?
Here.
Trustee Lane?
Here.
Trustee Meisner?
Here.
Trustee Wakeman?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich? He's on Zoom. And Mayor Austin.
Yes. He said that he would do a thumbs up, thumbs down. It's
Perfect. I'll watch
message I
for
just
it.
got. All right, does anyone have any additions or deletions to the agenda? I do need to inform that we are removing the Stanek discussion. That's number E from the agenda. Anything else?
No.
I'll take a motion
Motion to approve agenda
as amended.
as amended.
I second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Lane?
Yes.
Trustee Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich? We got a thumbs up. And Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Do we have any citizens' comments this evening? Anybody that would like to address the board? Hearing none, we'll just skip right over that. And we'll move to the exciting part of this evening's agenda, the swearing-in ceremony. Our town clerk will swear in, I think the chief has some comments first, but we'll swear in Adrian Montanez first.
Good evening, Mayor, members of the board. Tonight, we want to introduce you to the newest members of our police department. First, we want to start with Adrian Montanez. And I'll give you a quick bio. Adrian started his career in Milliken as a code enforcement officer in 2022 and enjoyed his duties enforcing the Milliken Municipal Code. He was offered the chance to attend the Flat Rock Training Academy, a 22-week program sponsored by the town of Milliken. He graduated from the program on December 8th of this year and passed the Colorado Peace Officer Standard and Training Exam and is now can be a certified police officer with that. It has been his dream career since he was 15 years old to become a law enforcement officer. He has gone through difficult hurdles in his life to achieve this dream and has made many sacrifices to remain determined in achieving this goal. He will use this determination and tenacity in keeping the career and growing his horizon in the line of work so that he can progress and move forward for himself and his family. Understanding the magnitude of this career path helps him remain focused and progress in his journey to self-improvement. He is honored to serve this community and be in the change.
And raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Adrian Montanez,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and enforce
that I will support and enforce
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of
and
America
the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
and shall faithfully perform
and shall faithfully perform
to the best of my
to
abilities
the best of my abilities
the duties of a police officer
the duties of a police
for
officer
the town of Milliken.
for the town of Milliken.
Congratulations.
So his mom's gonna badge pinning. This is Adrian's mother.
Careful, that's a nice long pin on there.
Can't quite get it.
It's a new shirt.
What?
Is
said there's one up there you took over fast.
Yeah.
Can't get Jim.
Congratulations. And next up, we have Abriana Fernandez.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Abriana Fernandez, she is from Greeley, Colorado. She graduated from Greeley Central High School, then went to UNC and graduated there with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice with a minor in sociology. She started her career as a parole officer for almost 3 years as a gang officer. She played sports her whole life. She played volleyball, basketball, and soccer. She currently owns her own volleyball team club called Colorado Crossfire out of Kersey, Colorado. This is her their third year being a club. They coach players from 10 to 18 years old. She's been coaching volleyball for about 10 years. She has 4 fur babies and loves everything scary. Halloween, scary movies, haunted houses. She has wanted to be a police officer her entire life and is very excited to start her career with the Milliken Police Department.
Please raise your right hand. I state your name.
I, Abriana Fernandez,
Do solemnly affirm
do solemnly affirm
that I will support and enforce
that I will support and enforce
the Constitution and laws
the Constitution and laws
of the United States of America
of the United States of America
and the state of Colorado
and the state of Colorado
and the ordinances of the town of Milliken,
and the ordinances of the town of
and
Milliken,
shall faithfully perform
and shall faithfully perform
to the best of my ability
to the best of my ability
the duties of a police officer
the duties of a police officer
for the town of Milliken.
for the town of Milliken.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Looking forward to having you on board. Welcome. You already know where I live.
We do know.
Thank you, Mayor, members of the board.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you. There you go. It was nice to see you. All righty. Are there any discussion or comments on the meeting minutes of November 20th, 2023? Hearing none, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve?
Second?
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Meisner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich, thumbs up on Zoom, and Mayor Austin.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. We'll move to the town administrator's report. Administrator Powell.
Thank you, Mayor. It's been a busy month, I have to say. All kinds of things going on. On November 29th, the town held a comprehensive plan steering committee meeting, reviewing the latest draft of the comprehensive plan update with Halcyon Levine, who we have hired to help staff through this process. Following this meeting was a comprehensive plan open house. There was quite a few residents in attendance for the open house, so that was nice to see. Community Development Director Pepper McClanahan has done a great job guiding this project and making sure that everyone who should be notified of this update has been notified. Currently, we are on schedule to bring the comp plan update to the Planning Commission for adoption on December 20th. Is that correct? Yeah, okay, I thought so. And to the town board on January 10th. December 1st, the town held its annual Festival of Lights celebration. Thank you to the Milliken Events Committee and town staff for making that evening a successful event. And I'll tell you, I was one of the last vehicles following the parade. as I had dropped off the trustees and Santa rode with me up to the sleigh. But driving through town and looking at all the people lined along the streets and the smiles on these kids' faces and the parents or whomever were with them, it was really heartwarming. I mean, it chokes me up now even just thinking back on it. But it was a wonderful event. I think a lot more people were out this year than in past. So, you know, these are important events that we do, as much work as they take, and I hope everybody realizes that, you know, that what you're doing is surely appreciated by those residents. And the next morning at 8 o'clock, I attended the Hillsborough Ditch Board's annual meeting. Forrest Leaf for the town and Dan Gillum for Johnstown were in attendance to present, discuss, and answer any questions regarding the proposed Hillsborough change case. Also, Leonard Wiest was there along with Don Stonebury, and Carrie ran the presentations for both Forrest and Dan. We used this room, which was really nice. Typically, they hold their meetings at the VFW in Johnstown, but there isn't any computers and no monitors. So it was nice for all the shareholders to be able to see on the screens around the room what Forrest was discussing and showing, and along with Dan. So I think the meeting turned out really well. The only change that really happened is there's an increase in the assessment on the lower ditch, which is extension irrigation, and that was just to cover the costs of expenses that are associated with that portion of the ditch. Also want to let you know I did meet with the Evans city manager, Cody Sims. Cody has been their manager for a little under a year, so I think he told me he started last January, last January. Great discussion. He understands and has been open to listening to what had occurred with the former city manager and other staff members in regard to the boundaries between Milliken and Evans. So he has sent a letter of intent to work on a new and hopefully improved IGA between the two municipalities. He will be speaking with his board sometime in January and will get back to me. So it was a healthy discussion, and hopefully we can move forward from this.
Okay.
And that's all I have going right now.
Okay. Any questions? Yeah. Questions from the board? Hearing none. All right. I just wanted to say that how much I appreciate the Milliken events team and the town staff for all the events this year. And as we open up, I'd like to remind everybody that next year will be the 100th anniversary of Beef and Bean Day. We count it from the first day that the first year that it occurred, not the first recognized date. So it'll be 100 years next year, and so we will plan some special celebrations. Anyway, it'll be exciting. Thank you for your report.
Welcome.
And the first item on our action agenda tonight is consideration and adoption of ordinance number 810, amending section 13-2-470 of the Milliken Municipal Code. Presenting is Wade Nickerson, Finance Director.
Good evening, Mayor and Trustees. This ordinance is to amend the excessive water use portion of the municipal code. We've discussed this this will allow us to put a fee on the fee schedule in order to charge the users that go over the set maximum of 170,000 gallons for a residential unit. if this is approved, that fee will be included, is included on the fee schedules that we're also asking for approval for tonight. And I can take questions on this.
Questions from the board? Trustee Dean?
No questions.
Trustee Beckman?
No questions.
Trustee Meisner?
I have no questions.
Trustee Lane?
No questions.
Trustee Wakeman?
I have a question, thank you. So will this, passing this ordinance, it has the 30-day approval on it? Can we charge the rates then for 2023?
No, we won't be able to. The first time this will go into effect will be based on the January 2024 to December 2024 usage. So these fees won't be charged actually until early next 2025, the year after.
And, okay. Okay.
Questions, Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich? No questions. I don't have any either. No further questions, then I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to adopt ordinance 810, amending section 13-2-470 of the Milliken Municipal Code and enhancing remedial powers upon violation.
Second.
Town Clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Meisner?
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman?
Yes.
Trustee Beckman?
Yes.
Trustee Dean?
Yes.
Trustee Lane?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich? With a thumbs up on Zoom. And Mayor Austin?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Next item on the agenda is the public hearing for consideration and approval of resolution number 23-23, updating fees. Presenting again is Wade Nickerson, Finance Director. Since this is a public hearing, the time is 6:46, and I'm opening the public hearing.
I'll just summarize what this resolution is for. Every year we are required by code to raise the utility rates, the water, the sewer, and the stormwater rates. So we're doing that. We're also updating a few of the fees in our land use area based on the fees that our contractors charge us have gone up, and we need to make sure that we have the deposit and the fees to cover those costs. And then the last piece was we had some differences in the charge for copies, and so we just updated all those so that everywhere on our fee schedule the copies are the same price. Once again, also included in there, I mentioned on the previous item, we included the fees for the excessive water usage. Going forward, those will be assessed after the calendar year consumption analysis is done. And once again, I take questions on this.
Okay, questions from the board. Trustee Wakeman?
No questions.
Trustee Lane?
Okay, so once again, what's the fee now for excessive water?
So for the first year it's $100. The second consecutive year, it's $250, and then the third and every consecutive year after that, it's $500.
Wow.
Trustee Meisner, any questions?
I'm assuming that the highlighted areas in yellow are the changes.
Yes, ma'am, that is correct.
So in usage of in excess of $50,000 would be $20.16 per 1,000 gallons.
Yeah, let me make sure. Yes, that is correct. $20.16 per 1,000 gallons.
Plus the fee for going over.
Only if they go over the $170,000 and 170,000 gallons annually, then that additional fee would be charged on top of whatever their monthly usage is. The rates are based on your monthly usage. Then once a year we do a calculation to see who went over the maximum, or the maximum usage is 170,000 gallons. At that point in time, that fee would be assessed if a customer went over that 170,000 gallons.
Okay, so then that fee would not go into effect until like 2024 or 2025?
Technically, it won't go into effect until 2024. The ordinance doesn't go into effect for 30 days. So
Right,
we can't,
The annual one.
the annual fee will not go into effect until we do the analysis in early 2025 on the 2024 usage.
Okay, that's what I
Yes.
was asking.
Yes.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Trustee Beckman, any questions?
No, thank you.
And Trustee Dean?
And this is simply going to be strictly on a calendar year basis then?
Yes.
Correct? Not a rolling?
No.
Okay.
No, that's the way we worded the ordinance, was to make sure it's a January to December calendar year usage.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I got a quick question. So, because this is new and it will affect, I don't know how many residents, but are you going to be putting out in the newsletter an explanation and like examples and so people know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll definitely include it next spring when people start watering their lawns. Like we do every year, we always mention that they should be conscientious about the usage. We're still sending out the letters for the excess usage. We'll continue to do that next spring, even though we're not going to charge the fee. We will still send out the letters so those people will know how much water they used over the annual time frame.
So now, I think, isn't it a 13-month rolling average or is it 12 months?
No, it is January to December. Now, on
Okay.
your water bill, you do have a graph that
Yeah.
is a 13-month
Yeah.
usage. Yes.
And so that's the place where you should, like my neighbor, he didn't even know that was on there. So I explained that he needed to look at the bottom of his bill to kind of see what was going on. And so I guess just an explanation so people can be watching, you know, and yeah. This is going to be a big deal for some people. You know, this year was a special year because we didn't have to water a lot at the beginning, and that really helped me out. And so, but I think just some suggestions on ways to cut back on your water usage would be helpful, like just the amount of minutes that you're watering with your automatic, your sprinkler system, just things that people can see that this is what is normal, this is what is excessive.
Well, but that's difficult.
You know what I mean?
That's difficult for us because what's normal for this person is not normal for this person. If this
Yeah.
person is 2 people in a house versus 6.
No,
normal
that's
is-
not what I mean.
Normal is 2
What I
different
mean
things.
is like times to run your sprinkler
Mhm.
system. Like maybe it'd be good to have like someone from Colorado State University have a little thing that shows this is the normal amount to run your system. You know, anything over that can be viewed as, I mean, you're wasting water or it's excessive, and just maybe something to back it up so people can see, oh, I'm watering, like me. I was watering a lot more than what my neighbors were, or at least what you've experienced. So I cut it back, and yeah, I got a little brown, but I cut it back by half. And it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be.
Could we say something like, if it's
You know.
running down the street, you're watering too much? You know, like something that, you know, if it is, if your grass isn't absorbing it, it's not absorbing it.
Yeah, we'll definitely try and
We'll
bring.
see what the CSU
Little pointers or
Extension
something.
Office
Yeah, I was gonna
has.
say,
Yeah.
they do offer some different things.
They do,
Yeah, I
and they
think-
might have brochures or something that we
And they're at
can-
Beef and Bean Day, so if you have
Yeah.
questions, talk to them.
Yep,
Yeah.
they are.
This is going to
Just a
be a
little
big
plug.
deal. I mean, I'm sure we're going to have some people that are going to come before us and they're going to be pretty upset, but if we can
Well-
just mitigate that by educating people.
Most of the people that fall into this category have already gotten letters that they're
Yeah.
overusing. They're,
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, you can also Google things too, like, how much should I water this type of grass, you know? Just like ownership. right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right,
Thank
there
you.
are no questions from Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich. Does anybody have any closing comments? Any comments from the public? Would be no.
I'm kind of disappointed everybody left.
Yeah. So the time is 6:55 and we're closing the public hearing. If there's no further discussion, I'll take a motion on the matter.
I move to adopt resolution number 23-23, adopting the fee schedule effective January 1, 2024.
Seconded.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes.
Trustee Miesner,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich, thumbs up on Zoom, and Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Next item is the public hearing for consideration and approval of Resolution 23-24, amending the budget for 2023. Presenting is Wade Nickerson, Finance Director. Since this is a public hearing, the time is 6:55. I'm opening the public hearing.
I'll just try and summarize this a little bit. What this is, we've had some unforeseen and also some chosen projects that we wanted to finish this year, get completed this year. So we're asking for the board to appropriate the funds to complete these projects. What this will do, it'll increase the revenues based on insurance proceeds that we got for Ehrlich Lake. So we'll increase the revenues $123,943 in the general fund. And then expenditures will be increased $256,443, and that's for the dock as well as cameras and the flood costs that we've incurred earlier this year. The streets fund, we discussed during our budget process that we've always transferred funds from the streets to the general fund in order to help offset the costs of the staffing. What we've done is we've decided that we really need to spend that on projects and let the general fund handle the personnel piece of those projects. And so we eliminated that expense. And so all we're doing in the street fund is we're just moving that line item from a transfer to the general fund to a project account so that we can finish the projects that we started this year. Water fund, we're increasing that. The biggest piece of that is we received approval from the board to purchase some water shares that came available for sale. We had originally included that amount in the next year's budget. We removed it from next year's budget. We put it in 2023 in order to purchase those additional water shares. And then lastly, in the stormwater fund, we had some flood costs and some street sweeping costs that we just need to make sure we have the appropriation to cover. I can take any questions on that.
Questions from the board, starting with Trustee Miesner.
No questions.
Trustee Lane,
No questions?
Trustee Wakeman,
No questions.
Trustee Beckman,
No questions.
Trustee Dean.
No questions.
Any questions, Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich? Okay, no questions. I have no questions. So, any questions from the public? Okay, it's 6:58 and I'm going to close the public hearing. If there's no further discussion, I will take a motion on the matter.
I move to adopt resolution 23-24, recognizing and appropriating funds to carry out activities and complete projects approved by the town board.
Second.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
Trustee Dean,
Yes.
Trustee Lane,
Yes?
Trustee Miesner,
Yes.
Trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich with a thumbs up, and Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. All right, last item on the agenda for tonight is the consideration and approval of resolution number 23-25, adopting the 2024 budget. Presenting is Wade Nickerson, Finance Director.
So the last item I have is a resolution to approve next year's budget. We went through our budget work sessions. The board received the budget on October 11th. We had a public hearing on November 8th. That budget's unchanged from the second time we talked about it. Anyway, would recommend approval for that. I can take questions if you have any.
Discussion from board members. Trustee Dean,
No questions.
trustee Beckman,
Just double checking the numbers that we discussed in the last one are in this.
Mhm.
Cool, thank you.
okay, trustee Meisner,
No questions.
trustee Lane,
No questions.
trustee Wakeman.
No questions, thank you.
Just waiting for a response from, okay, no questions from Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich, and I don't have any. We've been over it several times, well laid out. So at this point, I'll take a motion from the,
Close the public hearing?
we didn't open a public hearing on this.
Okay, sorry. Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
a public hearing.
No?
Yeah, this is not a public hearing. We did a
Okay.
public hearing.
I move to approve resolution 23-25 to adopt the 2024 annual budget.
Second it.
Town clerk, please call for a vote.
Trustee Beckman,
Yes.
trustee Dean,
Yes.
trustee Lane,
Yes.
trustee Meisner,
Yes.
trustee Wakeman,
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem Ehrlich with a thumbs up, and Mayor Austin.
Yes,
Motion carries.
thank you. Do we have any board member reports tonight? Anything to report going on in town? The rest of the reports are written. Any questions on the written reports? I'll take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're done. Everybody, wishing you a Merry Christmas.